It's unfortunate, but hey, it was better than the fact that 7 of 8 players could play on this night was pretty fantastic to begin with. So we just went with it. It's probably the best way to do it, and it's not that bad, anyways. Anyways. I'm gonna set up into this. Need a Team WardiTV emote. What would a Team WardiTV emote look like? The WardiTV team uses the exact same logo as WardiTV, so that doesn't make sense. Remember, Capopa emote. Oh, I know you guys want more emotes. Well, actually, to be fair, I know we still have to get our 8th emote. That is coming, guys. I'm seeing my emote designer this weekend. I'm going to tell him that we need it soon. We actually, like, I mean, I know it's still a long way off, but we're like, you know, 80 subs away from 2 more emotes after that. It's crazy. We're going to have like 10 emotes in the future. I believe we're going to make it. I believe. Maybe just because I'm on the hype of this month, which is like sub crazy. It's like a sub frenzy up in here. But I believe, I really do. Alright, let's do this then. Best of 5 ZvZ, enough of me blabbering on. Let's actually talk some StarCraft. As we have to the top right-hand side of the map, our Teal Zerg player from True Esports. Let's hear it, guys. If you're cheering on the Polish Zerg, Elazer. He is going up against the red Zerg to the top left-hand side of the map. The red player from Team Liquid. I just said red twice. Why not? May as well emphasize what color he is. It is Team Liquid's Snute here. On the top left side of Frost, there's both open hatch gas pool. It's a gentleman's game for the first map of the ZvZ. Frozen Temple map 2, Galactic map 3, 4th map King Sejong, 5th map Apotheosis. Perfect. Again, do let me know how you're all doing, guys, and I always want to know what you're up to. How's your day been? It's the end of the first half of the week. We've only got Thursday and Friday left. Thursday is always great because it's Friday the day after, then it's Friday. Woohoo. I've got a busy day tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be up early. I'm going to go and sign my final papers for the new studio, the new office studio space. So I sign the final papers for that tomorrow. And then I'm going to be online. I'm going to be casting OSC Global All-Stars slash the OSC Global All-Stars slash SGL. And then I'm going to be driving down to Epic LAN. And then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we should have Epic LAN live for you guys from the channel. It will be the Epic LAN stream, but we're also going to get it broadcast to this channel too. And I'll be doing a bit of casting. The rest of the WardiTV you guys will do some casting. Everyone else will do some casting. And it's just a nice little way to, just bring you guys content while I'm at LAN and just be able to kind of put some stuff on the stream, basically. And get some more views for Epic LAN as well, which definitely deserves some more views than the 10 it gets on the Epic LAN stream. A few things, just kind of moving around a little bit here. Third hatchery comes down from Snute. Roach Roaring and Evo Chamber from Elazer. Kind of expected when you see that lair coming in. Snute going to go Roach Roaring himself, and we'll see if he wants to go Evo Chamber 2 and really commit into this. His later lair means he'll play more defensively, but that's sort of natural when you're taking a bit of the faster third hatchery. So, putting this third hatchery down, and again, we'll just play defensively around that for now. His own Evo Chamber and lair is not too far behind, but it's definitely slower. So, slower Roach speed, slower +1. It does just mean Snute has to play the defender's advantage at certain points of this game, at least until +1 finishes in Roach speed. Then he can maybe be a bit aggressive, then a bit more careful when +2 finishes, and then he can be aggressive again. So, again, his advantage though is the faster third hatchery, and we'll see how he looks to make use of that. As we see this Zerglin just going to be passing on by, actually pops up towards the main base here. Queen going to pick up the kill on that Zerglin there, and the lair's just over halfway done from Snute. So lair's just over halfway done, the +1 missile attack starts up on the low ground as well. I'm just going to be seeing a few more roaches building on up here. So a few more roaches building on up, and again, just going to be seeing another creep tumor just pushing out onto the map from Elazer to see what else he can get done. Just going to be looking to see kind of what continues. Roaches just coming out to help push a few lings away here. Third hatch comes down from Elazer. This is the sort of interesting point where we look to see if either player is going to not make any drones at all and just make mass roaches, or if they are going to start to saturate their third bases. And of course, if they do saturate their third base, they have to be careful that their opponent isn't making mass roaches as well. So it's a bit of an interesting stage at this point here, as we look to see the decisions of each player. And we've seen a couple of overlords on the way up from both Snute and Elazer at this point. And just a few of those roaches again. Continue to move forward, continue to move over to the right-hand side a little bit. I'm just looking to see what's up. I've just started to morph in from Snute, and again those roaches just working their way through the rocks over here. So roaches just working their way through the rocks, and yeah, just setting themselves up. Tunnel and Close actually comes in from Elazer after the roach speed, so already going in towards burrow play. This is actually something Elazer loves to do, it seems. He does doing this a lot in ZvZ, back just before kind of the... I can't remember when it was. I think it was just before IEM Shanghai. He was doing this quite a lot, and yeah, you kind of like the Roach Burrow then. So you're going to use this. When you commit to Roach Burrow, what happens is that you are investing a bit more money into that. And it means that you do have to try and make that harassment worthwhile, because you will have maybe some less Ravagers, maybe just some straight up less Roaches. You're going to delay your +2 a little bit maybe. For example, I mean, Elazer was very far ahead on the +1 attack timing, but now Snute's +1 finishes at the same time as +2 he starts from Elazer, and Snute's +2 starts immediately. So Snute is going to catch up in the upgrade tab. So +2 on the way from both, and again, Burrow on the way down, Sun and Claws is on the way up as well still. And we are just going to be seeing Overlords spread out from both players, just around, just looking to see what's up. Absolutely everywhere. As we are going to be seeing these Roaches just moving through the top side watchtower for Elazer, moving over to the left-hand side. And those Roaches and Ravagers from Snute just going to be splitting up a little bit here. You'll see those Roaches to the south side are going to be getting pushed away pretty quickly. Already you can see Elazer sort of poison himself into positions where he can attack from with those few Roaches and just make use of them. There's a little bit of burrow action, and these few Roaches are going to burrow through as well. Now Snute, I don't believe, has an Overseer just yet. No, he doesn't. So he doesn't suspect this at all. And so these Roaches are going to be a bit of a nuisance and probably will kill off the 6 workers, which Snute is currently leading by. So we're already sending a few up to the main. Obviously, the best way to do this is to pop up in multiple locations at the same time. So send some loose, popping up in the main base, the natural. It would be nice if he sent a few more in towards the third base as well. Just the multi-pronged aggression is... Ooh, I think Snute's figured it out. So he already popped up in the main? He already popped up in the main. So Snute's sort of figuring out that there's probably going to be Roaches elsewhere. Look at this. He's splitting up so well just preemptively. Really nice to see. Overseer's overhead. He's starting them Spore Crawlers too, just to make sure. And those Roaches, a couple of them went to the high ground. The rest, no, sorry, they were the ones from the main. He actually just backed away from them. Probably a smart choice, honestly, because he realized that Snute was kind of on top of him. He was realizing that Snute figured out what was going on here. And so Snute figured that out, and that's... It is a nice identification by Snute, and a great reaction in general. You saw how quickly he just sent Roaches all over the place and put an Overseer in each location as well. It's going to be seeing the Roaches and Ravagers. Moving down here, actually, a few years kind of going behind them in the line from Elazer. It's a little bit of a weird position he's putting himself into. Snute with a couple of Ravagers in the army, that's one advantage he has over Elazer right now. By not investing into Sun, Claws, and Burrow, who mentioned it, he probably will have a few more Ravagers, and he does. That helps a lot. Corrosive bars really are a big thing. They are a huge thing. They really do affect the kind of they do affect the way the games go. As we see some more Roaches collecting together for the left-hand side from Elazer. And you'll be seeing Roaches and Ravagers just collecting up for Snute over towards the third base. Roaches of Elazer gathering together themselves. A few Ravagers popping in too, and well, supplies are very even. So any attack which he makes happen really has to be a combination. Really has to sort of pull Snute out of position to begin with, to make sure you can get good location attacking in to the defender here. The Ravager morphing simultaneously from either player. Snute not really very well spread out in this location right now. Of course, Bar's going to force him back a bit, going to use the same approach to push his opponent back. Actually going to push forwards himself now. So has to be careful. There's a little chasm in the center, creates a bit of an interesting, weird setup. Snute going to use the Ravagers to keep on pushing back as he chases these Roaches away to the left side. Maybe worth adding the Spore Crawler in a bit further to the left. I mean, I know why, he wants it over here to kind of stop Roaches burrowing in front of him, but he's got the Overseer over the army, so there's Spore Crawler a bit to the left to actually chase down those Roaches. Definitely would not really go amiss. Still, we see Elazer just set up aggressively sort of on this position in the map. No player taking the fourth base just yet. It will be Elazer's first to take that, though, so pops that down. I mean, that doesn't make, that can't be too much of a surprise considering that he is the aggressive player. Now he has the aggressive positioning. Sending his units all over the place at the moment. It's interesting. He's got a few Roaches up there. Very vulnerable if the Overseer does just manage to spot them. And does just see them coming in. Actually, they're going to unburrow and just run in towards the base. As Snute does begin to move out. So this is big because Snute does not really have a way to answer this. Roach Roaring is going to go down. Big pick off here. Snute's got to decide what to do. He's going to lose the Roach Roar and has to rebuild that immediately. He rebuilds 2. Probably in 2 different locations just to make sure. In case one or more of them falls, he's still going to be okay. Oh, this is really weird. Snute sort of pulled back, then he didn't, then he did, and then he didn't, and now he's going to pull back once again. This time it looks like he really will go all the way back. He's just lost 14 drones. It's a big play by Elazer. Snute just waiting for his Roach Roar to finish rebuild, and that being said, at least at this time, he can rebuild the drones, because he doesn't need a Roach Roar to rebuild the drones, obviously, so he can rebuild the drones he's lost. Ooh, Corrosive Bar's going to connect here from Snute, as Elazer was just a little bit too far forwards there, not pulling back for long enough. 26 workers left, though. Snute's 30 workers down. His army supply right now is fine. He has to make sure he takes a very good fight, because if he doesn't take a very good fight, he will not be able to stay in this game in terms of rebuilding. and matching Elazer as the game continues. Another Ravager getting hit by a bile there. Snute losing that again. He cannot be affording to lose too much right now. Elazer already spending a bit of his bank here as see Snoot's main base actually starting to go down, and Elazer just really used this burrow roach play. He wasn't even burrow roach play, he just hit the roaches up here for the burrow, popped them up, and then just ran by. I mean, really, Snute never had vision there anyway, so even without the burrow, he would have been just as successful to some extent. Snute not realizing here that there's still roaches in his main base. This Lair's probably going to fall, and that is a frustration as we see Hydra's on the way up because Elazer is heading in towards the Lurker Den. So his transitions continue to come in here, and there is going to be a dead Lair for Snute in the main base. The Overseer here, so these roaches not going to get out no matter what, but to kill off a Lair is just the cherry on the, cherry on top to finish off what has been a great set of harassment out of Elazer. Now that said, Snute is currently 30 army supply up, and as he attacks across, well, how many lurkers are we going to have? Oh, spine crawlers. Oh, there's no way Snute can fight into this. Elazer knows how far ahead he just got, and knowing that he just got this far ahead, he's just making spines and lurkers to make sure he can defend and not let Snute attack. Snute is going to attack forwards. He's going to push straight on in. It's kind of an interesting concave because he actually will take a good fight to the top side. Might be able to get rid of the fourth base of Elazer here pretty easily. Overseers up in the skies will help a lot. I still like Snoot's position. His fight here initially is going quite well for Snute. We're going to be seeing him getting rid of a few spine crawlers as well. He's pushed that army to the top side away. There's the lurkers that are going to be a bit of a nuisance, and he is going to see where they are. He can corrosive bow them down. Oh my god, that lurk on the high ground does so much damage. He does get rid of it though. I think he's just taking too much damage himself though. So many of his roaches are in the red and orange from those two lurkers. The lurkers just do such a good job of defending like that sort of position right there. Really well done. And we see a few changes going to move forward. Some Snute looking to see what he can do. Looking to see what he can get up to. Roaches and Ravagers of Snute still just sitting here to the side, or just out the front. A few Roaches and Ravagers coming in from the top side, and oh well, actually Snute hits a bit of a trap here, but he's actually going to trap his own Ravagers. Oh, well, that was sort of nice, but then didn't actually turn out quite the way he planned. His Ravagers weren't part of the fight for too long, and that's going to really hurt him here. Looks as though Snoot's going to be dropping game number 1. I see a few more corrosive vials coming down, just hitting onto a few more of these roaches once again. And just a little bit more damage continuing to be done. So continuing to kind of try and fight here, but there's just too much from Elazer. He continues to push on through. There's way too much for Elazer actually, and he's just going to clean out the rest of this. GG, very well played. So I'm not sure if you meant to type in the V, but I imagine so. It's a bit of a weird one to misclick. GG, very well played. So Snute is going to be happening. To the bottom right hand side, we're going to be seeing the teal Zerg player from True Esports. It is Elazer. And to the top left hand side, our red Zerg player from Team Liquid. It's the one and only Snute. So what does Snute need to change? Well, I don't think he needs to change much. He just needs to be a little bit better prepared against some roach run-bys. A little bit more vision on the map would help him maybe an oversee in kind of certain pathways. So on this map, obviously it's not the same as Frost, but on this map, say for example, to stop the same thing happening, have an overseer maybe just placed over here no matter what. Maybe have an overseer placed over here. It's a very different map though, it's Snute attacks free. It's very easy for him to pull back, I feel. So, very different map, but we'll see how this goes. We do just see right now the early stage of this, a hatch pool opening. And it has been a gas pool out of Elazer, so he's going to get aggressive, so we might not even get to that later stage. We're going to be seeing this hatchery just going to be building up a queen, so queen coming in on that, and we do see the Zergling speed starting up on the spawning pool as well. So Zergling speed starting up on the spawning pool, and that's continuing to come in right now, and 6 Zerglings on the way out from Elazer. 6 things coming in for him. I'm just going to be starting to get into position, see where he's going to go with this. Those 6 Lings actually going to go over to the left-hand side. So they're going to pull over to the left here initially. We do see an Overlord from Snute through the center. And obviously the idea of Elazer is that he wants to hide this for as long as possible. Now Snute, he did go hatch gas pool, but this is still very holdable for him. Just has to make the right micro decisions and so on as soon as he figures this out. So just going to be seeing these few Lings going to come around the left-hand side. And, well, trying to get into position already. So they're going to move up the left and see where they can go. So Feeling's going to move up the left, and we're going to be seeing an Overlord again just moving forward from Elazer. I mean, Snute is about to realize no natural expansion of his opponent. He hasn't made a single Zergling yet, so that's not a good start for him at all. But at least he'll see the lack of hatchery now, so he can start making something. Spinecrawler should probably come in on the high ground. He needs something really soon. 4 lings start to build. I mean, his queens are starting to pop. I mean, he's going to keep on making lings. He needs a spine crawler, though. Surely Snute is going to recognize this. He pokes in far enough to see there's no hatchery. He bakes a baleen nest almost straight away. His micro has to be on point. He's going to use the queens on the ramp to block and to stay safe for now. That's fine. That's how it should be. A few balins are here, though. Just to see how Elazer uses those. The ling's already going to run forwards, and well, the drones have to kind of decide where they want to go, because obviously they don't really want to just run straight into the Banes. Bane's going to save themselves until the queens are kind of out of health, and until they're able to kind of just connect on Zerglings instead. Snute, well, he's got more lings on the way up. 3 Banes and a bunch of lings going towards the middle line right now. Oh, he pulls right into a bunch of Banelings. Not great, and Snute's just taking so much damage here. You see Elazer continue to do a lot. The Queen just pop out, a few more lings popping out too. The Queen in a good position this time around. Another Baneling connection though, 17 workers lost. That's too much. Elazer is going to go 2-0 up in the series. And Snute is going to take a very quick 0-2 deficit now. I mean, after game number 1, obviously, the second game has been very quick, and he's going to try and hang in here, but it's not looking very promising at all. GG, well played. Elazer takes game 2, and just like that, he's on the verge of a semi. I mean, it's ZvZ, anything can happen, but it's never fun to be 2-0 down the ZvZ. When the build orders can not necessarily just win or lose your games, but do give you a little bit of an advantage and can make certain holds very difficult. And so on and so on. So, let's see how this is going to go as we have to the bottom left-hand side our teal Zerg player. It is going to be Elazer from True Esports. And to the top right-hand side, our red Zerg player from Team Liquid is going to be Snute. 0-2 down, let's see if he can bounce back. Now, the winner of this quarterfinal match goes up against the winner of our next quarterfinal match, which is Marine Lord and DNS. That comes up next here on the stream. That'll be starting as soon as the series is over, after, of course, just a 3 to 5 minute break where we get Vetoes and so set up and ready to go. So that's going to be happening after the break, but and that's going to be some TVPF, only non-mirror matchup of the night. Again, Hellraiser Nurture, that'll be played and casted, well, that'll be casted for you guys just before the semi-finals start up on Tuesday. So that is that. And as we kick off into this, we're going to be seeing Snute just setting up, just going to be having his spawning pool on the way. I mean, no gas actually is the interesting thing to take note of from Snute right now. So no gas. Interesting little position here. He's put himself in, means he's going to take a nice fast third hatchery. So Snute not afraid. He's going up into the nice fast free hatch. I wonder if he's just going to go straight to roaches. Let's find out. We do see this gas pool from Elazer just finishing up, and he should just start speed fairly soon and sort of go into that and see where he ends up. What's up, guys in the chat? Thanks for putting in some kind words. A whole bunch of you just said, Wardi, nice cover, and you're the best straight away. Did someone send you here? Everyone just sort of talking at the same time. Did Zed send you over? Is that what it is? Well, thank you guys. Hope you're enjoying the cup. Hope Zed's giving you some good coverage of it as well. He's unfortunately had a lot of internet issues trying to cover this event time and time again. But it looks as though it's all good for the kind of the important part of this for himself. For the important stages, the round of 8, which is perfect. Do you see those 2 queens just pushing away at that Overlord? And we do see the third hatchery coming in from Snute as well. Third hatchery to the bottom side of the map from Elazer, just starting to set up over here. And yeah, just getting set up, getting ready to go. Overlord of Elazer just going to be flying overhead, and a couple of lings just backing away. I mean, basically, Elazer's taking the later third base. Snute with a much faster third hatch. No gas still. And you imagine soon he will drop the Evo Chambers, the Rotron to finish his wall off here. And it should be a full wall off, because I don't imagine there's any real reason for Snute to move onto the map at any point of this game until he has a lot of roaches, at which point you can either kill an Evo if he's not using it, or just take down these rocks here for his access onto the map. So that's how I sort of imagine this going. Lots of lings coming across, and this is the exact sort of reason Snute will want to wall off, so he doesn't die to kind of a ling speed kind of timing attack. I mean, it's not really a timing attack, but just so he doesn't die to lings with speed early on. I actually see him already building up more Evo Chambers to wall in behind this. He actually has to kill off his own creep tumor to make sure he's going to be staying safe. His Rotron's on the way. The thing is, he doesn't actually get enough roaches up here for a long time, because he actually still doesn't have that much gas. Snute is thinking about it being safe enough to actually cancel those Evos, and he will cancel them If he gets under attack again, he has plenty of time to pull drones in and to build those evos once more, I think. So I think he's completely fine. He's going to be seeing those things starting to attack the Roach-Roaring again. I mean, a few roaches actually coming out from Elazer here first, so he's going to be the first to make some roaches, adding on another gas. Snute will start up the lair with his first 100 gas here, so just putting this in. We're setting this up and getting ready to go. Lots of roaches on the way from Elazer. It looks like he's just going to go for a Ling Roach Burst, and Snute has to be making sure that he's not going to be too greedy here, because he's right now starting +1 attack. He's started the lair. He's got no units on the way, and that is very concerning as Elazer continues to mass units up. Continues to mass units up at the moment. Uh-oh. Roach is going to be just gathering together from Elazer. Just setting themselves up. We're going to see a few lings to the top side from Elazer as well. Looking to see what exactly he can get up to over here. And these few lings just going to run in. Just going to start to work their way through this set of rocks. So, lings just going to start working their way through this set of rocks here. And we do see a few roaches just moving forwards. And Elazer looking to see what he might be able to get up to. Let's see a few lings of Elazer as well, just kind of moving forwards and seeing what we can do. A couple of Ravagers starting to morph in from Elazer. We'll be seeing an Overlord continue to move forwards too. Another Ravager to the side from Elazer. We see some lings starting to work their way through this Roach-Roaring. Roach-Roaring taking a lot of damage. I mean, there's the thing. He's actually already started to build another one. He actually transfused here to keep it alive. There's just so many units going to be coming in from Elazer though. How does Snute defend this? He has got Spine Crawlers built and he's got to identify this. 6 are building. 3 of them in the natural expansion, but they're not ready just yet. As here we go, so many roaches. There's Ravagers as well. The first Spine Crawler is going to go down very quickly. Does not finish building. Snute cancels it. Second Spine Crawler finishes to get 2 pokes off. Third Spine Crawler poking away as well. Drones stuck to the right-hand side. As you see the Roach-Roaring being down, Snute can only build lings at this point, and he has so much gas in the bank. Oh no, absolute disaster for Snute because Elazer just has so much. Snute pulls drones in. He's still ahead on the drone count despite having lost 20. That's how many drones he made before this. And that's why Elazer is just in such a good position. Snute just starting to Spire at this point in time just because he can't really build anything else. I guess he doesn't have lava to really build that many roaches, spend all of his gas anyways. So I guess the Spire sort of makes some sense. I mean, not really, but it's sort of one of those moves where he's just so far behind anyways. He's just in too much trouble. These drones are going to continue dropping down. Elazer looks as though he's going to be going through to the semi-finals. They're going to stream in again. This Roach, this Queen going to fall. And that is going to be about it, I think. GG, well played. Snute gets 3-0'd by Elazer. Elazer's really been on point lately. And he's been really on point lately. And this series here